Frankly, I don't have any expectations from the Indian position. It's not proposed to change, and they're not going to give in to a compromise as far as I know. This is because from the government back home we've been given a specific mandate out of which we cannot negotiate. And that mandate does say that we will not commit to anything beyond a 20 to 23% thing, carbon intensity reduction, which we're doing domestically, which will not be a part of international commitments. So we're not going to take on commitments of any kind. This has already been told to our negotiators that you can't go beyond this. So as far as the Indian position changing, I don't see that happening.
China in this negotiation process is actually making a very bold move, and while it's still waiting for the US to make its own promise and commitment in the Kyoto Protocol track as well as the LCA track. So China is not going to make further move, I believe, that if the US is not going to make the commitment. While China is standing with the developing countries this time, it is trying to protect the developing countries from being pushed to make really legally binding target in emission reduction. And I believe that China could actually have the capacity to do much more. And as a Chinese, I also wish China to become the leader of this negotiation and try to make a stronger move to make the US move as well.
I feel that the US position is, I think it suffers from a lack of ambition. I think there's the political position here does not match the ambition that our president has laid out on the campaign trail and in his public speeches. We need to bring a lot more to the table in order to ensure that this is actually a fair and good deal that matches what the science demands. We will see movement in the U.S. position in the next couple of days. This really has to happen at the heads of state level, and with Obama coming now at the end of the conference, I think there is good potential for there to be some movement on some of these issues.
Some of the NGOs in China is saying that China shouldn't wait the US to make the move before we make the decision. But because they are the two giants in the world now in terms of emission as well as the production to the world's product. So if China see US not moving at all, then it may worry about whether US is going to make advantage by not moving first. So I think they're still having some conflicts behind in terms of trade, even though it's a climate change conference. But I think there's a lot of trade issue behind.
Civil society thinks that, well, they've all done their number analysis and they feel that India cannot take emission reductions at this stage. I mean, given our poverty levels, given the rate of development, maybe high, but 70% of our people in our country do not have a proper home to live in, do not have proper roads, do not have proper access to food or good sanitation or pure water, drinking water. So it really makes no sense for us to have a binding commitment on us. So civil society is more or less in support of the government position.
It's a broad spectrum of civil society in the United States. I think that most are really frustrated with the lack of ambition from this administration that we worked very hard to put into office. We voted for him. I knocked on doors for Obama. I worked for his campaign. I helped put him in office, and we were hoping for bigger, more serious commitments on climate change, and it has not quite delivered yet.